Hey everybody, it's Jen with Jenn's RAQ, and I'm here to do another vlog. Today I'm 31 weeks, and I haven't done a vlog in a little while, so I wanted to kind of update you on what's going on with me and the pros and cons of my current pregnancy. So I'm pregnant with number 4, and I'm planning my very first hospital VBAC. I've had 2 successful VBACs before, but they were at home. But due to the circumstances surrounding my hemorrhaging after the births and the fact that I've transferred twice from a birth center or home birth setting to the hospital anyway, I just kind of feel more comfortable at the hospital this time. So anyway, that's kind of a little background information on me in case you haven't been following. So I'm pregnant with number 4. It is my 3rd boy. My first child was a little girl, and she's my C-section baby. And I've had, this pregnancy has been totally different than my past pregnancies. In some ways it's been great, in some ways it's been really annoying. So I'm 31 weeks. My last appointment, I did the 1-hour glucose screening, and apparently I failed that one. And so I got a phone call just saying to come pick up my orders to do the 3-hour test. The office staff is interesting. If you guys were around, I guess it was November, it was interesting to see how long it took them to call me back about some lab results then. It took weeks. But anyway, so at least we're quicker than that this time. But they didn't really leave a message, and I was talking with the receptionists about this, so kind of annoying. But anyway, so apparently I did not pass that. I had a number in the 150s, and they want to see under 130. So I'm going to have to do the 3-hour test. That's something that I'm going to have to go to an actual lab to do. And since I don't really have childcare for my kids, I'm not really positive when I'm going to do that. I obviously want to do it soon just to kind of get it out of the way. But what I may end up doing is just taking my kids with me and getting up and drinking lots of water and walking around in between the 3 hours, bringing books and games and stuff. They'll annoy everybody, but that's kind of how it is. You know, my husband can't take off for that, so I'll have to figure out a time this week to do that. Luckily, I can do short notice appointments on that type of thing, so it's no big deal. So that stinks, and I've never had a problem with my blood sugars before. I will say that with my midwives, I did not do the screening test where you drink the glucola and they take your blood like that. What I did with all of my 3 previous pregnancies was test myself like a diabetic, like 4 times a day for 3 or 4 days. And then I would see kind of where like my fasting numbers were and then how I would process breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And so in doing that, I was able to see what things triggered higher numbers than others. So like with my middle child, my current middle child, he'll still sort of be a middle, but he'll be the older middle. Anyway, with him, I could not have carbs during breakfast at all. So with him, with his pregnancy, since I had tested my numbers that way and I could see accurately, like with my normal foods, how my body reacted, if I would have just protein type breakfasts, no carbs, everything was fine. No big deal. So with one of my other pregnancies, it was lunch. Could not have carbs at lunch, but as long as I had like a salad and a protein or something like that at lunch, I was fine. I could handle carbs any other time of the day, middle of the night, early in the morning, it didn't matter. So I kind of hate that I did do this regular test, but I don't know, we'll see. Hopefully the 3-hour turns up, you know, not so icky. So we'll see about all that. So I've got to do that. I also got a call. When I had my last appointment, the OB told me that I still had traces of GBS in my urine, which is so annoying because it should have been gone. I took the antibiotics around Christmas time, or maybe it was Thanksgiving, and since then it's gone down dramatically, but it's not gone all the way. So when I went to my appointment, he said, "This is so weird. It's still showing up, but it's so low of a trace. I don't know." He said, "I don't know if I really want you to do anything about it or if I think it's going to go away." And so I suggested, why don't we just go ahead and test at that appointment, and if it's still there, we can talk about, you know, what to do. So I got a call this morning from my pharmacy telling me that my prescription was ready. I had not gotten a call from my OB's office, so I called, since that's the only doctor that I have anywhere here, like it couldn't have been anybody else. And so I called, and of course, like I suspected, they found GBS again in there, and so since it's never gone down to 0 and they don't like that, it looks like I'm on to another round of antibiotics. How exciting. Woo! So that's weird. And GBS, the group B strep, that's another thing I've never dealt with in a pregnancy before. So I'm not very thrilled about it, but you know, I want what's safest for everybody, and so I'll go ahead and do that. But I'm really planning on upping probiotics, garlic, stuff like that in the next couple of weeks, and then throughout until delivery, because I do want to bring those numbers down, those cultures down, so that they're not so prevalent in my body when the baby is born. But okay, biggest update since last time. That stuff's all annoying, whatever, but, you know, at this point, I'm kind of like, well, whatever's terrible happened to me. Huh. So, since this pregnancy's been so different, I figured, you know, whatever. But I've been to the chiropractor since last time. I went last week on Monday, I think, and then last week on Wednesday. And so, on Monday, I did the consultation, the evaluation, and the first treatment. And what was really neat was, okay, so last Monday was my first visit. Prior to that, like starting maybe on Wednesday or Thursday the week before that, I had started waking up feeling achy, or if I sat down for a long time, I would get like it just felt stuck. Like my lower back, my pelvis would kind of like stick, like not really, like it's like they wanted to pop or whatever, but they just kind of like would get stuck. So I would like move my leg and I'd be like, oh, like I couldn't move at the full range of motion. So it was starting to feel kind of old lady-ish, you know. Not too terribly, and not for very long. Like I said, it was just for a few days, but it was pretty annoying, and I was a little concerned about it. But not terribly so, because still, this pregnancy has been so much easier than with my last one, where I was in pain constantly from about 26 to 28 weeks on. I was telling people, you know, remind me of this. When I say I want another kid, remind me, this is terrible. I hate this. I hate my life. You know, like I really thought my life was over and stuff. Because it felt like it was. So with this pregnancy, I'm like, oh my gosh, I've gotten this far and I'm not in terrible pain. You know, I can take a few little hurting things here and there. So anyways, I had been kind of feeling like that. So I went to the chiropractor, and then of course, you know, they did this scan thing to figure out like where I had issues and whatever. So they found some issues in my neck, which I'm not surprised about that. I've been in some car wrecks and had whiplash several times as a kid and falls and stuff like that. So I do have a weak neck. That's true. And then they found a spot like right down there in the lower area where I had been feeling like that stiffness and pain. So she did the adjustment, and seriously, like beginning, like not immediately, but that night I sat down, and I try and do a lot of tailor sitting and stuff like that, like Indian style, so that it just gives a better position for the baby and stuff. Those things I learned from Bradley classes with my first pregnancy. Anyway, and so I was sitting on the floor like that for several hours doing something, and then when I got up, no pain, no stiffness, it was fine. Went to sleep. I did not have to wake up and pee a million times, which I don't know if that was just a coincidence or what, but how cool is that? And also, I did not wake up with any soreness at all when I woke up. So that was really great. So then the next day, we went and tried out different cars and stuff because we bought a new vehicle, which I'll tell you about that maybe in another session. This one's getting kind of long. Sorry. Anyway, so I woke up and had to take the kids with me just by myself, and we were test driving different vehicles, which meant that I wanted to, we had gone Monday night and looked at several, but on Tuesday, I wanted to actually get all the car seats, see how they would fit into the vehicles, and then test drive that way. So I was getting in and out of vehicles. I got in and out of 3 different vehicles, and I had to climb in there and do the car seats, and we have kind of bulky car seats, and so they're heavy, and, you know, lots of walking around and getting up and, like, putting my knee in there to make sure it was tight enough and all of that. So lots of jostling around, and so I was pretty sore after that, but still I didn't wake up with pain, didn't wake up a million times at night to pee, so that was cool. So then on Wednesday, we went and finished all that up. And we ended up getting our vehicle that week also. But I went to the chiropractor again, and she adjusted me again. And I felt pretty good after that one too. But I came right home and was cleaning out a car and moving car seats again and whatever. And then since then, so that was this last Wednesday. So since then, Girl Scout cookies have come in. We got 121 cases. I've been lifting lots of stuff and getting up and down and sorting, and people have been picking it up from our troop and just all this stuff. So I've been super busy, but I kind of would have expected to be a lot more sore, but I really don't feel bad or anything. I mean, I feel like understandably sore, but not more than I would have been non-pregnant. So that's kind of cool. So I've got my third appointment today, and we're going to set up a treatment plan because it gives me a price break since my insurance does not cover chiropractic care for, I guess, no reason. You know what I mean? Like, if I'd gotten in a car wreck or if I had a specific condition or something, I think that they kick in a little bit. But since it's just a voluntary, you know, I think I want to go to the chiropractor. They don't cover. So I'll get a price break of about $10 per visit. So she charges $50 per adjustment. Or if you do a plan, it's like $40 per adjustment. So anyway, okay, so our family vehicle was a Toyota Corolla, which I love. I love being a car mom. Love it. But there's not really a car that will fit 4 children. So we upgraded, I guess, and now we have a Honda Odyssey. And my daughter is so excited because she's like, oh, and if you have another one, we already have another seat for it. Like, she's really thinking ahead. But anyway. All right, well, that's it for now. Oh, let me do a belly shot really quick. 31 weeks. I'm huge. People are already asking me, you know, when I'm due, and am I sure that the baby's not here yet? Like, am I sure that I don't need to be going to the hospital? I have, like, really dorky layers on today. Anyway, okay, here's my 31-week belly. I'll do it up like that so you can see it better. 31 weeks. 31 weeks. Quite exciting. Big old belly. It's really getting out there now. People are getting concerned for me. People are getting worried. Sorry, I have like my pudge now. Ew, okay. Anyway, people are getting concerned for me, thinking that maybe I should just go ahead and go to the hospital or whatever. And then they get really concerned when I tell them that actually I have like 2 months to go. But thank you for your concern. So anyway, so there's my prego belly. There's my prego belly. It's getting out there. See, like I told you guys in past videos, I exit the cute pregnant stage very quickly. So now I'm not in the cute pregnant stage. I'm in the, oh my gosh, are you sure that's just one stage? Which, yes, I've been asked that 3 times in the past 2 weeks. And I've also been asked in the past 3 weeks, 3 different times, if I was sure that I was not due this month rather than in April. So, anyway. All right, well, that was it. I think that I'm going to end it here because it's super long. Sorry it's so long. And I will try not to wait so long between updates. I'll try and update you next week. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Check out jensrac.com. I'm not blogging a whole lot right now because I'm so busy, but you can check it out anyway. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.